Hey there, welcome to section 1.2, Order of Operations. This is something that you have had experience with in the past, so I'm hoping that this is going to be more of a review. What you might know it as, if you aren't sure what Order of Operations is something like, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. So it's the order of operations is PEMDAS. So we make the I don't think it's acronym. We make the sentence, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, to help us remember that this is our order. And it's like, what do you mean? What do you mean this is an order? That doesn't make any sense. Well, it is the letters represent what our priority is going to be. So the first letter that we have is P. That means that the first thing that you are going to work with when you have an expression that you're trying to simplify are parentheses. E is the second one. What does E stand for? Exponents. So these are kind of like the steps to an all clear situation. First, you've got to make sure you have all of your parentheses figured out. You got to get rid of them, got to simplify. Then, once that's done, you can go to exponents. It's a checklist here. Now, you might notice that for MD and AS, I actually combined two of them. So, MD stands for multiplication and division. You actually do them in the same kind of priority. It's not like multiplication is like more important than division. So what do you decide to do if there's like multiple multiplication or division operations in your problem? What you're going to do is you're going to go simplify right to left. So, like 8 divided by 2 times 5. I need to do 8 divided by 2 first because it's the furthest right. And then, after I've done that, so 4, I have 4 times 5, now I solve that, and it's 20. If you don't do that, you would get something that's really wrong. If you were really going out there and you did it all backwards and messed up, you'd get 8/10, which is very much not 20. It's less than 1, okay? So, order of operations is incredibly, incredibly important, and this can be one of the easiest mistakes to make. So, try to remember simplifying right to left with multiplication and division, and then also with addition and subtraction. Exact same situation there. They are equally prioritized right to left. So if I had, let's say I have 8 plus 2 minus 5. This is something that is not going to look as, I'm going to skip that one actually. Not a good example. Okay. These are your order of operations. So let's look at it in action. What does it mean to use order of operations? So make sure you have the the 4 steps there where you can see them, because I'm going to be scrolling down and I'm giving you example 1. Example 1 is going to say evaluate 16 minus 8 divided by 2 squared plus 14. Okay. There are a lot of numbers here and a lot of different symbols. The cool thing about math is that there's only one right answer. There is only one correct answer to this. And the way that we get the correct answer instead of an incorrect answer is by using the order of operations. So what I need to do is I need to scan this equation. And I'm looking for parentheses, because if I have parentheses, I need to deal with those first. All right, I do not have parentheses in this expression. So I'm going to say check mark, we're good, no parentheses. Now, next is exponents. No exponents, no exponents. Ooh, that's an exponent right there. That's an exponent. And then no exponents. So I have an exponent right there. I need to simplify that before I can move on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just rewrite everything else. And then when I get to this exponent here, I'm going to change it into the simplified version of 2 squared. So I'm going to say, okay, what's 2 squared? It's 4. So I changed that into a 4 plus 14. So 2 squared, now it's a 4. That was my exponent. Now I'm done. I'm going to do a double check. Now I'm looking at this as my current equation, okay? So I don't have any exponents anymore, so I can move on to multiplication and division. I see subtraction. Okay, there's division and addition. So I need to do that. 8 divided by 4, the thing that's right in the middle, I need to do that actually next to get the right answer. So let's do this. Same kind of deal. I'm going to rewrite everything. I'm going to put the subtraction sign in there. That can get a little tricky, but I'm going to put the subtraction sign in there. And I do 8 divided by 4. So I get 2. And then just copy down the plus 14. So now, that 8 divided by 4 is a 2 now. Boom, done with multiplication and division. Finally, what I have is subtraction and addition left over. These were still there at the very beginning, remember? But we've just simplified the other 2 operations so that we don't have to look at them. We don't have to worry about them. We're trying to get this to be as compact as possible. So I need to look at addition and subtraction, and I know that I do that from the right to the left. So what I need to do is say, okay, my right operation is subtraction, right? That's the one I come across first. 16 minus 2. Well, that's going to give me 14. And then I copy down the operation that I haven't done yet. Now I only have one operation left to do. 14 plus 14 equals 28. That is your answer. That is what we are looking for when we say evaluate, okay? Do you see how I was just going through each of them and saying, okay, I have these, I don't have these, and dealing with each of them individually. That is the goal for order of operations and essentially all of math. So I'm going to give you guys something that I didn't give you last time. This is called the try problem. What I would like you to do, please, is I'm going to give you this problem, and I want you to try solving it yourself, okay? So use order of operations. What I'm going to have you do in a second is pause the video. I'll give you a little signal. Pause the video and give it a try. And then what will happen is when you play the video again, I will put the answer up so you can check your work. Now, here's the thing. You know I need you to show your work. Show your work. Show your work, okay? So, if you just write down the try problem in your notes, and then whatever the answer is, you just write that down, and there's no work, all of these steps here in the middle, if you don't have those, that doesn't count. That doesn't count as trying. You have to show me that you worked through it, okay? You can't just write down the pieces that I give you. All right, I'm gonna have you guys pause. These are my little pause buttons. So when you evaluate this, you would end up with 0 actually. So if you didn't end up with 0, try to figure out what you did wrong. If you're really confused and you're really worried about it, you can talk to me about it, and I can look it over with you. Okay? So that's our first video I'm gonna do. We're gonna have a couple videos for order of operations, all right?